Friends, it's time for a journey into the world of AI-powered money making that'll make your wallet so thick, Sir Mix-a-Lot will be swiping right on your ass. I'm Adrian, your guide through this digital escapade, and today we're diving into Kling AI's Elements feature. Buckle up, friends, because by the end of this video, you'll be turning pixels into profits. Now, I know what you're thinking. Adrian, how can I trust you? After all, only an AI avatar would have hair so perfect. Before we dive in, let's address the three burning questions I know are sizzling in your cerebral cortex right now. How exactly can Kling AI's Elements feature make me money? Is this going to be complicated? And will using AI eventually lead to robots taking over the world and forcing us to watch cat videos for eternity? Don't worry, my curious compadres. I'll answer all of these questions and more. Except for that last one, that prophecy has been fulfilled. Now let's embark on this journey of financial enlightenment. Shall we? To get started, simply go to klingai.com. This video is going to focus on Kling's Elements feature. If you want a more general overview of the Kling interface, make sure you check out my previous video where I cover the Kling AI interface in more detail. To find the Elements feature, I want you to click in the middle here where it says AI Videos. And as you can see, I'm on the Elements tab. You may currently be at this first tab, Frames. If you're here, just go ahead and click the second tab, Elements, so we can dive into this exciting new feature. Here are the use cases that we'll cover: consistent characters, consistent product placement, consistent fashion, consistent backgrounds. Are you noticing a theme here? Consistency. This is something that has been incredibly challenging in the creative AI world, but Kling's Elements feature makes consistency a whole heck of a lot easier, so make sure you watch till the end. Consistent characters. Picture this. You're scrolling through YouTube and suddenly you see a familiar face. It's that gorgeous AI created character or influencer that you've grown to love. You can't help but to stop and click, right? That's the power of consistent characters. Using Kling AI's Elements feature, you can create a consistent character that appears in different settings, building a loyal following faster than you can say subscribe and hit that bell icon. For each Elements creation, Kling allows us to upload up to 4 different elements, and those are represented by the 4 squares that we have here. To get started, simply click Upload an image in the first square. I've uploaded an image of a fairy in a forest, and I'll go ahead and click this first icon right here so you can get a bigger view of this image. I created this image using Mistral's LeChat. Yes, Mistral's LeChat allows you to create free Flux Pro images, and it's a very straightforward process. Make sure you check out my video where I give you tips and tricks to make the most out of Mistral's LeChat. Let's say that we wanted to use our fairy in a short film. So I'm going to keep my fairy consistent, and I'm going to use different backgrounds. So in this next square, I'm going to click Upload an image, and I'm going to choose a background. And then I'm going to click this first icon so you can see the background that I've decided to use. I created this image using Leonardo's flow state to be specific, which is a super powerful feature when you want to explore different styles. If you'd like me to create a video in Leonardo's flow state, make sure you let me know in the comments. This image is basically our enchanted forest from above, but with a slightly darker feel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to add a prompt down here. Prompts are very important when using the Elements feature because basically you're telling Kling how to use the different elements that you've uploaded. Okay, the prompt that I've added says the camera floats up to give an aerial view of the forest as the forest turns dark blue. The fairy and the animals look around in curiosity and fear. Since we're creating a short film, we want our viewers to go through different emotions. That's what always makes films more interesting. So our goal here is to transition our beautiful enchanted forest into a fearful environment. Before I click Generate, I want to bring your attention to the Generate button here. It says 35 credits. That's because we are on the professional mode. Also, I'd like to point out that we have the option to change to 10 seconds, which would be 40 credits. And if we wanted 10 seconds in professional mode, that would be 70 credits. At the moment, we want to make the most of our credits, so I'm going to choose standard mode and 5 seconds. On the differences between standard mode and professional mode as we go. So stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and click Generate. Kling likes to start the video using the first frame that we are referring to with our image. So if we're starting from this, where you're not exactly transitioning from the warm forest with the golden hues, Kling is going to want to start the video with this dark fill. And that's fine. We'll work with that. Okay, I've changed my prompt as follows. Tracking shot of the fairy flying over the forest, discovering an area that is dark and mysterious. The camera follows the fairy as she floats to the forest floor to see what's going on. Our goal is to put the fairy into the image and to follow her as she floats to the forest floor to see why this area of the forest is dark and mysterious looking. And I'll click Generate. While this is generating, I'd like to point out that you can see the status down here. We have generation, estimated wait time 4 minutes. While experimenting with Kling Elements feature lately, I found the standard mode to take about 4 to 5 minutes and the professional mode about 9 to 10 minutes. The ground seems to disappear. The ground is almost like to the side, and then she's going down, and then there's a hole in the forest that looks like it just goes into a cavern. Let's see if we can fix this. Okay, I've simplified our scenario and I achieved a pretty good result. I'm going to show you how I did this. I have our fairy as before, and I'm using a background which is more simple. I have a few animals in the enchanted forest. I'm using the same color scheme of this warm golden color, and the animals are level. They're on the ground. We have a ground shot, not an aerial view. Also, what I did for this one is I simplified my prompt. All I'm saying is the gorgeous fairy woman pets and embraces the friendly animals in the enchanted forest. And I even decided to go with professional mode, even though it's more credits. It's 35 credits. And let me go ahead and show you our result. Our character consistency is dramatically better. There are some very slight changes in the facial features as the video progresses, however, very minor. For the most part, we have a consistent character. Our forest in the background looks beautiful. We have a very nice depth of field, out of focus, which helps to bring more focus to our character, our fairy. She's not petting the animals. I did ask that she would be petting the animals in the prompt. In the interest of taking this a step further, I created another scene for our short film. I'm still using this image of the fairy so we can have a consistent character. And for the background, we're going with this blue hue, which does not look as warm or inviting. So something is going wrong in the forest. For the prompt, the fairy woman looks shocked as the forest gets dark and eerie. She strikes a wide stance as if she is ready for the unexpected. She then runs through the forest with the camera following her. And for this one as well, I'm using professional mode and I'm sticking with 5 seconds. And here's our result. So I think that Kling did a pretty good job of following all the instructions in the prompt. I did specify a wide stance. We don't really see the wide stance because we are from the waist up, but she does have a worrisome, fearsome look on her face. And then she turns and runs into the forest and the camera follows her. So Kling did a pretty good job of following the instructions. And the background looks nice and it looks very dark and eerie. However, there does seem to be some morphing as she turns very quickly and runs away. It's almost as if it's all happening too quickly. And I was curious whether the professional mode actually made the difference and if the professional mode could actually handle an overhead shot as we have before. I have one here that is slightly different. It's using the golden hue as if peace and harmony has been restored in the forest. And I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could achieve something using this type of background shot. The prompt I'm using this time, the fairy woman flies over the forest, sprinkling glowing gold pixie dust to bring peace and tranquility to the forest and the enchanting animals that live in the forest. And I'm using the professional mode to see if that makes the difference. Here's the resulting video. Kling did a great job of following the instructions in the prompt. I feel like our character is very consistent. Kling even added some wings to help her fly, which were not part of the original image, but does seem completely appropriate, being that she is a fairy. The forest in the background has a nice, warm, golden feel of warmth and harmony. The only issue I have with this video is the morphing and the blurriness of the animals in the background. Consistent products. With this tool, you can create consistent product images across various backgrounds and with different models. It's like having a Hollywood studio in your pocket. Let's put it to the test. Ready? Okay, for this use case, our consistent product will be a body moisturizer, which I'm representing with this picture, top-rated body cream, which I created using Leonardo's flow state. I'm going to go ahead and close this. For the background, I'm going to use this picture of a beautiful pool in a tropical area, which I also created using Leonardo. And for our model, I'm going to use this image of a woman in a bikini. In this picture, she's currently walking on a beach, but we're going to have her sitting by the pool, putting the body moisturizer on. This image was created using Mistral's Le Chat. And for the prompt, I'm specifying the woman sits by the pool, putting the body moisturizer on her upper chest. The camera slowly zooms in to get a close-up of the woman rubbing the moisturizer on her upper chest. I realize that I'm repeating myself a little bit in this prompt, but I sometimes do that just to make sure the message gets across on what I'm trying to achieve. I'm going to go with standard mode, 5 seconds, and 16:9 landscape, which will cost me 20 credits. And let's go. And we have our video. There are so many things wrong with this video. Okay, where do we start? She was supposed to be rubbing the body moisturizer on her upper chest. She's not doing that. She's just rubbing her hands together. I would argue that she does not look like the woman that I had in the original picture, who had a very nice figure. The pool seems to be made of sand. I'm sure I can do better. It's just a matter of figuring out exactly what images to use and what type of prompt to use, and, probably using the professional mode. Experiment number 2 with the consistent product, the body moisturizer. This time we have this nice tranquil background, and here is our model. I'm using a close-up shot of a beautiful model, and for the prompt, I have the woman sits in front of the pool, putting the body moisturizer on her leg. The camera pans down to get a close-up of the woman rubbing the moisturizer on her leg. And this time, I'm using professional mode for 35 credits. And here's our result. We have a beautiful model, and I would say that she's very consistent to our original image. Our background seems very consistent with the original image. She is putting moisturizer on her leg. I was hoping that it would just be one leg. Also, I was hoping it would be a very liberal amount of body moisturizer, not the whole jar of moisturizer. She has moisturizer all over her legs, and it's just oozing and dripping down her legs. Hey, if that's a look you're going for, more power to you. But that's not what I was anticipating. Trying to improve on the scenario. This time I'm using this background, and here is my model. And for the prompt, the woman sits by the pool putting the body moisturizer on her arm. The camera slowly zooms in to get a close-up of the woman rubbing the moisturizer on her arm. Professional mode again. We seem to be getting better results with the professional mode, as to be expected, as we should. We're using more credits, and let's see what we get. Okay, first off, this is great product placement. We have the beautiful jar body moisturizer right there on display, and I would say that it looks almost exactly like the original image. It may be floating on water, which is impressive. She's putting the body moisturizer on her hand and wrist. I specified the arm, but I'll take that. It would be a little better if we had a clear shot of her putting the body moisturizer on her arm. Besides that, I think our model looks consistent with the original image and beautiful, and the background looks very beautiful with a nice depth of field blurriness. I wanted to see if I could improve on the previous creation where she was putting body moisturizer on her legs, both of her legs at the same time, and it was too much moisturizer. So I have the same images, the body moisturizer, the tranquil background, and our beautiful model. And for our prompt, I'm specifying gorgeous female supermodel. I'm hoping to maintain more of her beauty by actually specifying that she is gorgeous and she is a supermodel. Sits in front of the pool, putting a very small amount of body moisturizer on one leg. The camera pans down to get a close up of the woman rubbing the moisturizer into her leg. And of course, using professional mode again. And let's see what we get. Well, it's still way too much moisturizer. However, we do have great product placement. She's holding the jar body moisturizer, so that would be great for a commercial, great for an ad. And I think in this video, we're maintaining more of her beauty. Consistent fashion. With Kling AI's elements, you can showcase the same fashionable dress on different models and in various settings. It's like having a never-ending fashion show at your fingertips. Imagine partnering with fashion brands to create sponsored content. In the interest of exploring fashion, I've uploaded an image of a beautiful pink dress, and I have a beautiful model who will be wearing that dress, and she will be in Greece. And for the prompt, I'm specifying gorgeous female supermodel walks up to the camera in a very fun and flirty manner. She is wearing I like to specify the as opposed to a. I like to make it sound more definitive, and I'm saying the beautiful pink dress, meaning I'm referring to this one. Don't just give me a random one. Give me this beautiful pink dress. At least that's my theory. She smiles and laughs in a playful spirit. And I'm going to use standard mode for 5 seconds with a 16:9 landscape aspect ratio. And let's see what we get. I love it. Our character is very consistent. Our background is very consistent. Our fashion is consistent. And she's making it look adorable. Traditional fashion shoots cost an enormous amount of money to hire the model, to go to a location, to have everything just right, to pay for lodging and food and the expenses and all of the proper lighting. To be able to do this so quickly and so easily, this is a huge opportunity. If you're interested in fashion and advertising fashion, I would jump all over this. Okay, let's experiment with using our same fashion on different models and with different backgrounds. We have our same pink dress, and I'm going to use this beautiful model, and I'm going to use this beautiful background. And for the prompt, gorgeous female supermodel walks up to camera in a very fun and flirty manner. She is wearing the beautiful pink dress. The woman is walking on a city street. Woman turns a corner and playfully shakes her tush at the camera. I'll use professional mode, 5 seconds, landscape, and let's see what we get. Okay, we have our beautiful consistent model. We have our beautiful background. Our dress is very consistent. She is playful, fun, flirty. She's not shaking her tush at the camera, but besides that, Kling pretty much nailed it. Okay, let's now put the dress on a beautiful blonde model. And let's visit Greece again. This image and the other images that I'm using for the fashion backgrounds, I sourced from Storyblocks. They are not AI generated, they're actual real backgrounds. And I wanted to use real backgrounds to demonstrate that you do not need to go to these places. You can actually find very good, high quality pictures of different exotic, well-known, popular places around the world and use those in your AI fashion shoots. For the prompt, I'm specifying gorgeous female supermodel looks out in awe of the beautiful scenery. She is wearing the beautiful pink dress. The woman notices the camera behind her and blushes adorably. The camera slowly zooms in to capture her genuine expression. We're going to go with professional mode, 5 seconds, and landscape, and let's go. Absolutely gorgeous. Our model is very consistent, and beautiful. Our background is consistent and beautiful. The expression on her face seems very genuine. Our dress is looking perfect. And we have a new character in this video, which we did not specify, but I think it adds to the interest. Her expression transitions from a look of interest and curiosity to happiness when she sees the man step in. Overall, I think this is an exceptional video. And let's experiment one more time with fashion. We are going with our same pink dress. This time we're going to use a beautiful redhead model, and we're going to have our redhead show off the dress in London. For the prompt, gorgeous female supermodel playfully skips up to the camera, stops, and blows a big kiss. She is wearing the beautiful pink dress. The camera then zooms out as the woman playfully waves goodbye. We're going to go with professional mode, 5 seconds, landscape. Let's go. Okay. She has a playful, fun skip to her walk, and she's playing with her dress. She has a silly wave. I was wondering where our phone booth was. Our phone booth shows up at the end, which is a little different for Kling. I thought that Kling usually wanted to represent our image as close as possible in the first frame. However, it's using it in the very end of the video here. Overall, I think it's a great video. There might be a little warping in her wave. Besides that, I think it looks really good. Let's talk interior design. Kling AI's elements, you can present different furnishings in a consistent space. Imagine partnering with an interior design agency or a furniture retailer. You can showcase products in various room setups without ever having to move a single piece of furniture. We're going to use a consistent background, which is going to be a room that I created using Recraft. If you haven't tried Recraft, make sure you check out my video where I show you how to use this amazing tool for design. I also have a chair that I created using Recraft that we're going to place in the room. And since I think every picture looks better with a beautiful woman, we have a beautiful model who's going to show us how to enjoy this beautiful piece of furniture in this beautiful setting. And for the prompt, I'm specifying gorgeous female supermodel walks into the living room, excitedly notices the new chair in the living room facing the coffee table, and walks over and sits down with a feeling of comfort and happiness. The camera slowly zooms in to capture her enjoying the new chair. And I'm going to use standard mode, 5 seconds, landscape, and let's go. Okay, first off, I'll say that our living room, I think, is very consistent and looks great. Our chair is mispositioned. I wanted the chair in front of the coffee table, and maybe I didn't get specific enough that it should be facing the coffee table. I think I did say that. The chair has kind of its own little personality. Are you noticing that? It's kind of wiggling like, hey, sit in me, sit in me. And our model looks great. I think she looks a little bit different from our image, though. As far as following the prompt's instructions to walk over and sit in the chair and feel comfortable and happy, that is definitely being represented. Okay, let's try our interior design use case again. I'm going to try a different chair, although I don't think the problem was the chair, but I'm just going to change it up with a different chair that I think might suit this living room a little better. And I'm going to specify professional mode, and let's see what happens. And here's the resulting video. The living room still looks great. Our chair still has its own personality, which is fantastic. Maybe in the future, chairs will try to read your mind and go to where they think you want to sit, which is fantastic. But that's not what we want right now. And our model looks absolutely beautiful and sophisticated, and she comes over to the chair and sits down and looks very happy. That's nice. We have animated chairs. So I just decided to roll the dice and see what would happen if we just retried with all of the same settings. Except I did change out my chair. Actually, our chair is not animated here. Our chair is still misplaced. We wanted the chair over in the living room area in front of the coffee table. However, our chair is not moving on its own, and our model is looking beautiful. She sits down in the chair and looks very happy and content. Still a little bit of warping, though. I'm changing up the prompt a little bit. I'm saying she notices the new chair, which is appropriately positioned on the right side of the living room facing the coffee table. So we're just specifying that the chair should be in front of the coffee table facing the coffee table. And we're sticking with professional mode. Let's see what we get. I feel that this video is better. The chair is a little more appropriately placed, not as close to the coffee table as it should be. However, the woman is looking very happy and content with the chair. Consistent branding, adapting to your audience's needs faster than you can say targeted demographics. Offer this premium service to marketing agencies or direct clients and watch your bank account grow. To experiment with consistent branding, I've uploaded the top-rated AI logo, and I've uploaded an image of a supercar that I created in Recraft. And for my prompt, I'm simply saying the camera slowly zooms in on the supercar in the showroom. The logo is clearly visible on the side of the car. And we're going to try this, first of all, in standard mode, 5 seconds, landscape, and let's see what we get. I don't know what kind of logo this is. It's definitely not my top-rated AI logo. In the interest of trying to achieve a consistent logo, I've uploaded a transparent PNG. So let's put the logo on a beautiful model. I created this image in ideogram. If you're interested in images like this, make sure you check out my video on ideogram. For my prompt, I'm going to say a smiling, gorgeous female supermodel walking in a very confident and flirty manner. The camera slowly zooms in on the woman's shirt, which features the logo in the middle. And we're going to use professional mode, and let's see what we get. Okay, we have our logo, but it looks like Kling took the negative space of the logo and used that. If you look very closely, you can see an outline of the white triangle. I think we can improve on this. For the logo, I'm going back to my JPEG representation of the logo, which does not have a transparent background because JPEGs cannot have transparent backgrounds. And I'm using my same beautiful model that we created in ideogram. And I realized that I've been burning through a lot of credits using professional mode. So let's give this a shot in standard mode and let's see what happens. And here's our video. And it looks pretty good. Our model looks beautiful. Our logo looks beautiful. She's walking in a very confident and flirty manner. I'm sure if we were to use the professional mode, we would have ended up with a little more clarity and quality in the video. Besides that, I'm very happy with this output. And I'm feeling kind of lucky, so let's go ahead and rerun our supercar with the JPEG version of the top-rated AI logo, not the transparent ping version. And let's see what we get. And here's the results. Obviously not the top-rated AI logo, but fortunately your boy Adrian has a very reliable way to put logos on shirts or cars or whatever you like, and that is using Recraft. Make sure you check out my video where I show you a very easy way to place logos onto cars or shirts or even booty shorts. We have a lot of fun in that video and the results are impeccable. And then you can take those images and put those into an animator like Kling, and your results will be really good. Much better than this, believe me. Overall, I feel that Kling does a remarkable job at providing consistency with the different objects that we've tested as far as characters, products, fashion, backgrounds. Now, if you'll remember, for our background scenario, we used an interior design use case. The chair was all wonky and silly and animated, had a mind of its own. However, the background was consistent. And with improvements that I'm sure Kling will make along the way, the interior design use case will work well soon. And let's not forget consistent branding, which sometimes worked and sometimes did not. But as I mentioned before, if you actually place your branding elements, such as your logo, in a tool like Recraft, and then animate those images into video, you're going to have really great results. Friends, if you found value in this video, do your boy Adrian a solid and hit that subscribe button, and you'll be the first to know as I drop more cutting edge and lucrative AI tips. And friends, if you appreciated the beautiful models that I used in this video, and you're wondering how to create some of those for yourself, Make sure you check out my video where I show you how to create Flux Pro images absolutely for free using Mistral's LeChat. Until next time, my friends, stay curious, stay creative, and most importantly, stay subscribed.